All right, good evening. Welcome, traders. Hey, it is Monday, December 8th, 2025. Start of another good week here. We got FOMC meeting this Wednesday, so the markets are maybe a little bit tepid heading into that. So I expect to see some chop this week until the Fed meeting is over with. I don't expect any big fireworks. I think everyone's expecting the Fed to cut this week, but who knows? I think it's more going to be the verbiage that they use. I still think we're going to rally heavily into year end. I think we're going to take out the 7,000 level for sure this year. Okay. But again, not financial advice. I'm here to provide you some education, some entertainment. Obviously, do all of your own research and decide what makes sense for you. But I'm going to tell you what I'm doing out there. And what I'm doing is still trading and still putting things together on a daily basis. I'm not going crazy, not throwing on a lot of trades. In fact, I don't like a lot of setups. We'll take a look at some of those setups today. But I'm going to keep playing some zero DTE, keep cranking out cash. We had a really great day today in the accounts here in the Discord as well. Members did really, really well with the market being down. We're all up, or at least most of us are up. And I had a really, really good day. So let's actually jump into that. So let's do a few things today. I'm going to show you my account, which I always do. Up, down, sideways, doesn't matter. You guys always know what I'm doing. Up, down, left, right, doesn't really matter. Then we're going to take a look at a couple charts. I'm going to show you what I did with zero DTE today as well. And then I will show you a strangle trade on strategy that I put on again today. It's been a good trade, and I'll show you what happened with the last one. I'll show you how I put this one on, and hopefully you get some ideas from it. So stay with me. Let's jump into it. First thing I want to do with you is I want to go into the accounts, and let's actually take a look and update the account for the end of the day because I haven't had a chance to do that. So you'll see where we are, and then we'll get into the charts and some trades. Keep it short, maybe. All right, let's jump in. Here we go. Here's our account. Finished the day 760 on the delta, which is 0.19%. Perfectly fine. Love where we are. Just slightly positive delta. Here 1932 on theta. Now, we didn't really put a lot of new trades on except for the one Strangle on strategy. However, with VIX bumping up just a fraction today, VIX was up $1.25 to 1666. Okay. So a little elevated VIX heading into the FOMC meeting, but that's going to increase our theta that we get. So 0.48, perfectly fine. Love that. And our Vega is right around that same number. We have negative Vega of about 2,300. So our positive theta, negative Vega, almost washing out. So like where we are, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I feel pretty good. All right, we ended the day at 404,137. Okay, so 404,137 up a little over 300, or I'm sorry, 3,300 bucks today. And then we ended the day at 209,050. Okay, and we booked, we're sitting nicely at 51.7%. Very, very good buying power usage. Love where we are in here. And then we made another 2,700 bucks in realized gains today. But overall, too, if you look at the month, we're up 12,907 for 3.3%. Our goal is 2 to 3% a month. We're already up 3.3%, and it is only the 8th of the month. So market's up, market's down, don't matter. Today the market was down. We were up, loving what's going on. All right, let's take a look at the markets and see what's going on and see if we can figure out what the markets are thinking here. And then I'll show you some trades here. So stay with me. Let's go quickly through these things. All right, jumping into it here. Looking at the markets, kind of come up today. Let's drill in a little bit. And we still have this November high in here, and then we have the October end of month highs back here. So these are our two resistance levels that we're in. We just bumped up against it on Friday. Kind of just a nothing day today. The 8's above the 21, stock's above the 21. RSI is above 50, but it did curl down a bit today. And squeeze is firing to the upside. MACD took a slight downturn today. So something to keep an eye on, but I do expect some chop in here, especially off of this V-shaped recovery. Let's let this thing sideways trend for a bit. I think that's all good, but every single uh, signal for me is bullish. Okay, 8 above the 21, stock above the 21, bullish PSAR, RSI over 50. All of those are good. Add in the fact that the squeeze is triggering a squeeze fire to the upside. All good, right? So that means you can continue to put on some bullish trades here. The market is bullish. Uh, a little neutral to bullish. I wouldn't even be opposed to some strangles along with the 112s on ES. Quickly flipping over to oil. Oil continues this long-term downtrend. Now it started to break out of this little symmetrical triangle that we have on the short-term basis, went up to the long-term downtrend, failed at it, pulled right back in the middle here. Oil sets up perfectly for a strangle. We're in great shape. We've got a strangle running. That thing's up 38% in just 18 days. So that's all good. Nothing to worry about there. Oil is in a downtrend. It gets, but it's been mostly sideways. I think it's right now a really good setup for a strangle trade. Okay. But again, do your own research, figure out what you want to do in here. But I like the setup. All right, let's take a quick look at gold. What's gold doing? Gold's doing not a whole lot of anything except consolidating itself right in here. I think that's all good. 8 above the 21, stock above the 21, bullish PSAR, and an RSI over 50. Bullish, stay bullish on gold. 112s are great. I do have a strangle on it though. That strangle here, now this strangle's 18 days old, so it was a better setup when the strangle went on, but that strangle's been on for 18 days. It's up 42%. So we're getting close to taking that off. And then I also have a 111 trade on gold. That thing's up 68% in just 14 days. So a couple grand being made on gold. I love it here. I continue to trade those trades. What does not look good are bonds. So these bonds don't exactly look great. Yields are spiking right now. Now, I don't think yields are going to 5 and doing some crazy things. If we look just really quickly here, here's the 10-year moving up, kind of a resistance area here. I think this is probably getting close to somewhere in this 4.2 something range is about where bonds are going to maybe end up, at least for now, on the 10-year. And if we look at the 30-year, and you're up to about 4.82. You got 5 up here. I don't know if we're getting to 5. I think that seems a little extreme with the Fed cutting, but we'll see what happens. All of that being said, obviously bonds are down. This anchored VWAP here that was holding up as decent support has been broken. So now we've got the overhead support. It broke through this descending triangle, which is a perfect bearish pattern. Okay, so that was the time to get short. Okay, I'm not getting short, by the way, on it, but it doesn't set up for anything. I've been telling members this for a full week. Don't trade it. Stay out. Ignore it. All right, let bonds settle down. I think these rates got to come back down. They will. They'll chill out. I think we're waiting on this Fed meeting a little bit, but a little bit of turmoil here in bonds. I think this is going to set up to give us a really good entry point, but squeeze is firing to the downside. MACD is falling. RSI is falling. 8's below the 21 stock below. Everything's bearish. Bearish PSAR. There's just no reason to be bullish bonds. I'm not selling anything on the naked put side yet, but I think we're getting somewhere on these. So just stay tuned a little bit, and I think our time to come to sell some naked puts is going to come back into play. But we've got a strangle. That strangle was down 140 bucks for me, so it's only down like a little 6% or something in 6 days. So it's too early for this thing to do much of anything. I expect it to be fine. All right, really quickly, let's drill through Amazon. Amazon falling, 8 below the 21, stock below the 21. RSI is falling below 50. The only thing that's positive is this PSAR here. I don't like it. I'm staying out for now. It's probably a decent strangle. If you sold some covered calls, which I did on my leaps, it's all good. Okay. It's fine long term. I think Amazon is setting up to give us a really, really good entry point. Let's just be patient on it. Nvidia looks pretty decent. Okay. Of all the Mag 7s right now, it might be Nvidia that's one of the better looking. Triggered a bullish PSR move today. Good move, breaking this downtrend line that we have here. Okay, so trying to break the downtrend line, I'd like to see a confirmation day up in the after hours, bullish PSAR, breaking above the 21, RSI breaking above 50, squeeze has reversed and heading higher, MACD heading higher, and you're getting the MACD crossover. These are all good signs. I like NVIDIA here. I will consider this for probably like a 112 trade in this area. I'd also consider selling some naked puts on NVIDIA here. I like it. All right. If you want to wheel it, you do you. All right. Tesla pulling back here. I think it's starting to set back up for a little bit of a better trade. I like it. Now let's see what happens with Tesla, but I don't mind this thing at all. Uh, in here, I'm not in it or I'm not adding to it, but I do have trades in Tesla. I think selling covered calls here was a great move. All right, Meta continues to slowly base and increase. Eight's about to break the 21. Stocks above the 20 bullish PSR. This is all bullish. Okay, I like Meta here. Okay, if you didn't get in down here, you missed a little bit, but I don't think you've missed a lot. Right, so you could still get in potentially. Apple pulling back, maybe a decent entry point here on Apple. Google, a little bit still overextended. I'd like to see a little bit more pullback on Google to get in. We're going to skip Microsoft. Don't really love Microsoft anyway. Palantir continues to just march higher. Eight's about to break the 21. This thing looks like it could go. Any pullback here would be an opportunity in Palantir. We've got a 112 trade on. That's up 58% in just 4 days. Right. Hood looks also good here. Looks like the eight's about to break the 21. I don't if we can zoom in. It actually did yesterday, so or Friday, I should say. So the 8 broke the 21 on Friday. Stocks above the 21, bullish PSR, bullish RSI above 50. Things look good on Hood. So all is good in Hood here. Netflix doesn't look great. I'm not bottom fishing it here. Broadcom looks good. We're in it. We're staying in it. We got an income poor man covered call. This thing's cranking. Loving it. And then SoFi coming back down to the support line. I don't mind it in here, but I don't think I would be in a hurry to jump in. It's in no man's land, which I think is sets up for a pretty decent little strangle on SoFi. If you wanted to sell naked puts down below the Bollinger Band or something around 24, if you want to wheel this thing, probably not the worst thing to do in here. All right, there you go on those. Let's rock and roll to a few others quickly. Oklo here, I like it. I like the setup. I'd like to see a nice bullish day. Tomorrow doesn't have to be big, but I think it's setting up here. If we can break this anchored VWAP that's ahead of us, I think this thing can move up decently. So I like Oklo here. I shop pulled back a bit. We're in this thing for a 112. It's up 102%. Right, so we're up 102%. So we're going to get a credit for something that we sold a credit to open. It looks beautiful. 112. This is a great trade for us. I think Bull looks like it's getting ready. I added more Bull shares today. We had a really good day on Bull, and I've got options, I should say, on Bull. Oscar, I like the consolidation in here. I think this is getting ready to roll. And then UNH, I liked it coming down here. It's trying to hold on to this anchored VWAP. Let's see what happens with that. And you got Bitcoin here at 91. Let's pull this over. Pretty good little consolidation here. Maybe a double bottom. Maybe we're going to break this downtrend line somewhere in here in the next day or two. I don't think this is a bad spot to get into Bitcoin. We are in strategy, but strategy is in this channel. It just hit the bottom of the channel. It's trending sideways a bit right now anyway. I like it here. I think it's set up pretty decently for a strangle. I still think it's going to go higher. I don't think it goes a ton lower. And it stayed within this channel. So I think that gives us a little predictability on this thing as to where it's going to go, but it has stayed in this channel all the way back to uh, middle of, beginning of July. It has been in this channel. I think that gives it, again, some predictability. And this is the best base that we've seen outside of this base that formed back here in September, where it broke a little bit down and then back up. It's really tried to hold that, sold off. I like Bitcoin. I like my strategy here. And then uh, Ethereum, it had its little area of consolidation. It's now breaking that. This thing looks good. The trend or the channel that it was in, okay, and in fact, we can probably bring this thing more over. In fact, let's bring it all the way to today. This is now at the top of the channel. Eight's getting ready to break the 21. You got a bullish PSAR. You got an RSI rising. I like Ethereum here. I would be very, very interested in adding more to it. How do I do that? I simply will add more Bitmine in here. So you could go ETHA or I like Bitmine. All right, that's enough stuff there. Guys, let's rock and roll. And let's actually talk about a few closed trades and show you what we did. And then I'll give you some idea of how we traded 0 DTE today. All right, so here's the closed trades on the session today. You can see there was 4 of them. The first one was a long SPY put. That was a winner, 0 DTE. Then we added an SPX put spread. Okay, that put spread was also a 55% winner today. Then we closed out a AVGO 112 trade for another 800 and some bucks in just 4 days. Fantastic. And then we closed a QQQ naked put that we've had on for 26 days. We closed it at 98% winner here. You see that most of the trades here, if they're losing, most of these are just rolls of income poor man covered calls that we may breach or go put those calls in the money as the underlying moves higher, which is all good. We're still collecting great extrinsic. In fact, the amount of extrinsic value that I have that I sold this week in this account is over $8,000 of extrinsic. Okay, that's mine to keep no matter what. And that's just on the income poor man covered calls. Doesn't count strangles and everything else that we did in naked puts and stuff in this account. That is just the income poor man covered calls. I generated over $8,000 today. In fact, it was, oh, I'm sorry, it was 2,000. No, it wasn't. It was 8,000 this week. Bear with me, bear with. That was my gains today. I got to make sure I get everything right. It was 8,875 this week of just pure extrinsic value. And if you can generate $8,000 worth of extrinsic value every week, whether or not the stock goes up or down, it breaches your strikes and you have to buy back or spend some cash to buy back, and the underlying just keeps going up or moves sideways. Okay, imagine the amount of money you're going to generate at the end of the year. Technically, and I'm not saying it's going to continue at $8,000 a week, but if you're making over $8,000 a week, that's $400,000 worth of extrinsic. That's yours to keep, no matter what the account does. Okay, so no matter what the account does, I'm going to make a ton of extrinsic. All right, let's do a quick review of 0 DTE, and then we'll look at the strategy, Strangle, and we'll let you go. All right, let's jump in. So here is the S&P today. So we immediately, upon the open today, started heading lower, 8 below the 21, bearish PSAR, RSI falling, 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 falling. Okay, so things did not look great. However, you saw that I did make some money on buying the SPY puts, which I did. Why? Because we were heading lower. 8 below the 21, bullet bearish PSAR, and an RSI that was falling under 50. Great opportunity to sell or to buy puts on the morning. And that really stayed that way. Really, it stayed that way all the way until about 1:45, but really stayed that way until right around 12:15 before you started to see a little bit of a reverse. Now, what did we see out here? And I'm going to take a quick look. So on the zero DTE SPX spread that I did a put spread uh, because with a 16 VIX, that puts the expected move on the day somewhere around 1%, right? So with a 1% expected move, I was waiting to see, do we get to an extreme? Well, we got down here, and bounced, and we got down here right around 11 o'clock, okay, and bounced again. But on this particular move, lower, okay, back here, okay, you saw, you know, MACD starting to fall, but you were a little oversold, but not quite there. So I wanted to wait to see what happened with this little bounce. If I missed it, I missed it, and we kept going lower, which was fine. So right in here at this level, okay, come on, is it pain? So right at this spot here, okay, that was okay the same oversold level, okay, on the stochastic momentum here and the RSI. Both of those showed lows, and the reason I didn't jump in here either was the PSAR was bearish, 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 bearish. Even though we hit low and we came up, bearish, 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 bearish. Boom. Right here, right around 11:09, PSAR flipped to bullish. Okay. And RSI had already started to run up at this exact same time in here. So this was where it flipped. We were breaching the lower Bollinger Band, and we were touching the 3 ATR level, and we were down on the day. Where did we open? Sorry, on the day 9:30, right around here. So right around 68.70. So right around 68.70, and here was um, about 68.40. So we were down about $30. Okay, $30, $40 on the day. So we're down about $30, $40 on the day. The expected move on the day, or I should say the expected move, the limit that we normally see with a VIX of 16 is about a 1% move maximum. So 1% move on a $6,800 asset is about $70. Well, we were already down 30. So I was able to put on a spread that was outside the $70 move. Okay, and we were already down 30. So I thought the most we could move maybe would be another 40 points down from there, and that would still hold up okay. But I entered at 11:19 and got out about 12:42, which was right in here. So really, we didn't do much. We went up a bit, came down a bit, and then we moved up just a fraction, and I got out right here, almost at the exact same level. Okay, but because of the decay, we were actually able to get out for a nice winner on those. So anyway, there's a little anatomy of a trade from a zero DTE today, giving you a sense of why. I like selling extremes to the downside. I love selling the reversals on those and playing the probabilities using the VIX, the expected move of the day on it, and exactly where we might be. Now, tomorrow's expected move, who knows? Where things are going to go. But if you take a look at the expected move for tomorrow, it's only really about 30 points is the expected move, but VIX at 16 will dictate roughly a 1% maximum move, okay, which is what I'm backing out. Not the expected move, but the maximum move that if we get close to the expected move of 30 tomorrow, I'm probably going to go whichever opposite direction we're in. Anyway, there's a little bit of stuff for you guys to chew on. And strategy, let's do a quick review on this Strangle, and I'll let you go if this is too long for you guys. Apologize, but hey, it's worth the price of admission if you can make some money on this. And again, I'm looking at this bottoming pattern. You have a bullish PSAR, but a downward trend, but you have a rising RSI. Okay. You've got an 8 below the 21, but they're flattening out. But the RSI being at like 38, it's getting pretty close. I think we could still go down. Okay, but I think we could trend sideways for a bit. So we're going to put another one of these strangles on. And here's what I did today. Let's jump into my account. All right, and I'll share the trade with you. Okay, the account had a good day today overall. We had a really good day. Closed a bunch of really good trades as well. You can see again this shop 112, it's up 102%. That thing's fantastic. This Palantir 112 is up 60% in 4 days. So again, 112s can be used anywhere for anything. Okay, it's the same as selling naked puts for those that wheel. It's no different. Okay, same risk. Selling naked puts, it's all good, except because I buy a put debit spread, I create a little bit of a bonus zone that if I'm wrong and we don't go higher, I'm going to make 2 to 3 times the money, but I don't mind making 100%. I don't mind making 90%. Okay. But I am even happier if we go and make 300%. All right. So anyway, let's look at the strategy Strangle today. That's this one. We went to 125, 290. So we went out 32 days, which is short for me. Okay, but I like these shorter term ones on strategy. I have been doing these and generating some cash. I go out around 6 or 7 delta, and I thought the 120 was a good uh, was a good level. And if I look at where things are going, okay, on the bottom of this channel, so the bottom of the channel, if you extend it out, typically this is going to take 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. So if we extend it out 2 weeks, that's 120. Okay. So I put this right at 125 today. Okay. It's give or take 122 to 123. So I went right to where the bottom of the channel, if we get to that point, would be, but I still don't think I think we're going to trend sideways on it. And then we went up to about the 6 delta as well. So I'd like to get a little bit farther away because I'm a chicken, but I was able to book 238 bucks per contract in here on about the same amount of buying power. Right. So all in all, I did 7 contracts of this thing. That netted me $1,890 on the cost. All right. So 1,890 of extrinsic value on this thing. And you know what? It's already up 224 bucks today, up almost 12% on the same day. Does that mean it's going to go to 50% tomorrow? No. We have some time. It's a 32 DTE trade. I'm expecting this to take 2 weeks or so to get there. Could take more if strategy starts to get into a particular role on its own. All right, there you go. There's the trades. All is good here. All right, I hope this was valuable to you. If you got something out of this, go ahead down below and please click the like button. I'd love to see 200 likes on the video. I'd appreciate that. If you're getting anything out of my videos, at least click the like button and give me those likes. If you want to join the Discord, knock yourselves out. You can go into the Discord, the description down below. Use code KING, K-I-N-G. Get 50 bucks off the first month. Join up. Get some trades. I booked enough trades today, okay, to cover over a year, okay? Over a year, 2 years almost 2 years of membership today on 4 trades, okay? The 112 trade on Broadcom, that alone, that trade on Broadcom netted us 885 bucks. That's 6 months of the membership, okay? Again, you shouldn't be looking at it that way, but I'm sure some of you are. You want to get the money out of it like immediately. There's so much value here, but anyway, I don't want to sell. You get the point. Okay, we'll get you some trades. Okay, we'll teach you how to trade. So not only are you going to make some money while doing it, you're going to learn. It's going to pay for your investment. You're going to make yourself a better trader. All right, we'll see you guys later. Enjoy a great rest of your evening. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.